Hey guys, what's up? This is Marco from Nerd Boys Comic Blog, and today for Comics Overhaul we're doing something a little bit different. It's actually a duo thing between me and Matt from the Dawn of Nonsense podcast. This is actually a clip from their podcast, the most recent one, which you could check out in the link down below. We're talking about Dark Knight's Metal and everything we loved from it, and a few other things, but without any further ado, let's get into this.
I will say Dark Knight's Metal, though, really makes me want to reread the Scott Snyder Batmans, because I stopped, I think, in between the Joker's return. So I didn't realize Batman had died during that fight.
Are you talking about Endgame?
Endgame.
Oh, you stopped in Endgame?
I couldn't afford shit anymore,
oh, okay.
So I stopped at like issue 2 of that. So I never really got to fully read all of that. But I think Comixology might have a trade of it where I can just...
totally.
So I need to flip through that, because when they were talking about all the ways that the metal was ingested into it, which I really like the fact that they just used prior things that just happened and then just gave an explanation for it.
Yeah.
Except Batmanium. That pisses me off. It's stupid and lazy, but apparently it already existed.
Yeah, it's like apparently a weird deep cut that is just like, what?
It's only that Scott Snyder would know.
Yeah. Or Grant Morrison.
Me and Damon had this talk of, like, I think Scott Snyder is becoming the new Grant Morrison. Because, well, Grant Morrison is still Grant Morrison. There was a point, like, during Batman where he was using every obscure shit that he could to make, like, things different. Like
he went back to his childhood home, went through long boxes, is like... that might.
Look at this villain that nobody, and it was great, and I feel like Scott Snyder is now doing that.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, Dark Knight's Metal is him going, I have freedom. Look at all of this shit I can do. And I will say, like, I read Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe, and I'm like, it's a cool little, like, one-shot story where it doesn't affect anything. This beats that, hands down, of, like, world-ending, ridiculous shit that has nothing to do with the rest of the story. But apparently people have died and come back already, and I'm very confused about it.
Yeah.
The Superman Wonder Woman thing, right in the first issue. Second issue. Where they didn't technically die, but you kind of got the feeling they just became super, like, he sucked the life out of them.
Yeah. Apparently they were in the tower, but then Wonder Woman, like, her lasso freed them. Doesn't explain why or how.
It doesn't.
Unless
like,
the lasso's made of nth metal.
I mean, maybe. I mean, like, because, like, the thing, I mean, I feel like they would have said that when they were finding them. But, like, the thing of, like, where Clark was, like, stuck in this, like, time loop of, like, him saving Bruce and then, like, dying and then, like, it restarting. And then it's like, oh, nope, you're back. It's normal now.
Yeah.
And it's like, but you guys were husks.
You were literally
what happened?
dead.
Yeah.
And I like how they explain, oh, no, Jonathan's okay. Don't worry about him. Keep doing your thing.
I will say this, though. I like the introduction of all of these different Batmans.
Yes.
Which, I mean, don't get me wrong. They always kind of did that with the New 52 thing of, like, oh, here's Owlman, or, like, the evil Batman. Like, they always kind of, like, had those. These are just straight up fucking terrors. And I really want to know about the Batman Who Laughs, which we won't know until, like, December, I think.
Yeah, yeah, I think so.
It's either late November or December, which pisses me off. But, I mean, like the Flash Batman was... decent storyline up into how he got the power, which is, like, he just killed themselves, and then he just happened to get it.
Yeah.
Like, that's not how this works.
He drove the Batmobile 88 miles per hour into the Speed Force.
Using the Flash as the Speed Force magnet.
Ugh.
That one was weird. But the Green Lantern one, really like he physically broke the ring to use the shit in it that you can't use.
He jailbroke his own ring.
Yeah. And then fucking the Cyborg Batman.
Oh, Murder Machine's like the most heartbreaking. Oh, one of the most heartbreaking.
Yeah, that and the art in that one was amazing. That was easy. Like, I'm like, I can see why not every comic is drawn like this, because it must have taken forever. But it is the most beautiful looking comic.
And the cover
does nothing.
Doesn't do the series or the story justice.
It also has. It's a train. It has nothing to do with anything in it. I don't even think you see that until, like, the end.
It's just a tank with a skull on it,
which has nothing to do with the Batman.
No,
but yeah, no, that was a sad one. That whole story of, like, I lost Alfred and I wanted him back, and then Alfred fixed me. Like,
and I also made an army of cyborg Alfreds.
I think Alfred made the army of cyborg Alfreds. The Aquaman Batman, that was pretty fucking intense. I really liked the Bryce Wayne and the Sebastian Kyle.
Oh yeah,
and I'm like, it's so lazy.
That's what it is.
Yeah, but I'd be like, but that's the thing. It's like, what would Bruce be? Bryce. It really was one of those things. Like,
that's how lazy Earth 11 is with the gender swaps.
Yeah, but I will say though, I I didn't like the art in that one as much because you never see her in like Pirates of the Caribbean garb. Because like you see her kind of as Batman, and then once she becomes like Deadwater, you never see her. It's always like
the drowned.
Yeah.
Well,
everyone calls it the Deadwater, and I'm like, how do people on our Earth know what the fuck that is?
Oh, those are Aquaman villains.
Okay, so that was like a legitimate thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I know. I don't read much Aquaman. I like Aquaman. I think he's cool. Don't read enough of him.
Yeah. I mean, you might see them in the movie.
Maybe
they're probably gonna be the villains.
But yeah, and then the Wonder Woman one. That one was pretty sad.
Oh yeah, the Merciless.
Yeah, where Wonder Woman dies from Ares, and Batman's like, "Fuck you! I'm gonna make this shit better," and then just tears his world apart with war.
And she didn't die.
Yeah,
and he had to kill her because she was gonna stop him.
That was a hard one. I will say that. But yeah, I mean, it's this neat little, like, I will say, timeline confused me reading those. Because it was like, read this one, then this one, then this one, then this one. And it's like, you read Flash, and it's like, alright, that's the first one the Batman Who Laughs gets. Then you get Murder Machine. Cool, that's the second one, because he's already got the Flash. Goes to the underwater one. Why does he already have the Merciless? Yeah, Merciless came out after the Aquaman one, but he was already in there.
But I think the
Dawnbreaker one
becomes for that.
Yeah. But like, and then it's like you see the two of them there, and then it goes to her, and it's like, why is the Merciless there? And then you go to there, and then she was there, and it's like, none of this makes sense.
Hey,
someone fucked up there.
Someone died along the way.
I will say
we had to get another Merciless.
Yeah, but no, I really like how, like, where it's going, and then it went to the Gotham Resistance, which, read it. It was because it took me forever to find it, for one, because I just kept typing Gotham Resistance, Dark Knight's Gotham Resistance. I couldn't figure out. It's in between stories of like other.
So you need like the checklist.
Yeah, okay. That's essentially how I found it. But it's Teen Titans is the first one, Nightwing is second, Suicide Squad third, Green Arrow fourth, and it's them going through the rings of Gotham. Because apparently Gotham is transformed since Challenger Mountain showed up. It's literally like a bunch of rings. Like the layers of hell type of thing, but each one's guarded by a villain.
Oh.
So the Batman Who Laughs, when he killed everyone in Arkham, gave certain villains like a card that gave them a power, like it amplified them a little bit. So the Riddler was the first ring, and he made like this massive labyrinth that they had to get through. And so it was Damian and the Teen Titans. They get there, and he's like, "I'm gonna find Batman. He disappeared." Yada yada yada, and Beast Boy the entire time is like, why are we here? I don't like Robin. He's kind of a dick all the time. Starfire's is like, we're fine with it. We'll just accept what happens. Raven's just Raven. But like they get there. When did he get a big ass bat? I'm confused with this one. He's got this thing called Goliath. It's like a man bat thing that he rides.
He raised that so he killed that thing's mother. And that was like the little baby that was left. So he raised
when did that happen? Was this in Batman Incorporated when they got the Bat Cow?
No, it's like I forget when this is introduced, but that's like Raish. His grandfather made him kill that thing's mother, so he raised that thing as a young whatever it was, and now it's just big and it's his pet.
So yeah, so they go to the first ring because they had like that's just as far as they could get into Gotham, and he runs off and does his own thing and fuck all and. Finds this door and it's like, ooh, there's like this MC Escher-esque labyrinth just full of traps and pitfalls and like you gotta find your way through it. Come to find out, Green Arrow's there. He's been lost in there for a little bit because he was looking for them. And he's like, I've been marking my way with arrows, so like, I know where to go. And he's like, you haven't, because it's magnetic here, so your arrows have been slightly shifting as you're traveling. And so they're trying to find their way through it. And then they come across Harley and Croc. And she's just got like a bundle of arrows. She's like, you been leaving these? And he's like, damn it. And Damian's like, not that was helping you anyways. What's the point? And Harley's like, we found the center like a long time ago. We just don't know the riddle. Like, we just don't know how to get through it. So Damian's like, all right, fine. They get there. Riddler's in this big fucking Minotaur, which makes sense because of the labyrinth. But that was like the card he was given. And so, of course, they do the whole riddle thing while fighting said Minotaur. Damian figures it out. Beats the shit out of Riddler. Ooh, they find this crazy card that's made of metal, so they keep it, nth metal. Go to the second layer. They find Nightwing. It's a big frozen tundra thing full of ice golems, and
he's been Jon Snow.
Oh, like, my God, I've never liked Why I forget his name now. I keep wanting to say Sub-Zero. Mr. Freeze.
Well,
there's a reason for it.
They had a movie called Sub-Zero with Mr. Freeze.
Not just that. He really looks like Sub-Zero in this. Because he's not in a suit anymore, because he's made this whole ring a frozen wasteland. So he's in like this samurai-esque like dress skirt thing. He's topless. Ice spikes are coming out of his shoulders. He's got this massive fucking sword. He just, like, I wanted to save a picture from it to make my background. Like, that's how badass he looked. And of course it was like this big fight, but you find out apparently something happened in the Nightwing comics that I didn't know about. I guess he got cut by one of the Court of Owls with like a specific metal blade, which now just like keeps bleeding for some reason.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, but apparently it was made by this dude from the Court of Owls with like a dark metal, which is kind of guiding him in an essence of like through this like what the fuck's going on. But all of his Jon Snowishness is thermal armor.
Oh, okay.
That's all it is. He's like, Batman made me this thermal armor. It's stupid looking, but it's coming in handy now. I never thought I'd need it. And so like as they're like fighting, he gets like this, like the cut opens up and it's like this black blood that's coming out of it. He like follows it along with one of those like Mr. Terrific orbs that's just like scouring the city, and they find like this armory full of a bunch of metals made of nth metal, which is what they were talking about when they were all in that bar. Like, we have some things. They go through that, beat Mr. Freeze, go to the next ring, and now this is in Suicide Squad, so they're fighting Harley, or they're fighting Poison Ivy, which Harley's like, you're my friend, and it's like, no, you're not. But at the same time, creepy ass Robin, who apparently there's an actual creepy Robin, not just the little guys.
Okay.
Like, it's Damien, but he looks worse somehow.
Do they call him Crow or something like that?
Well, they just say Crow, and to shut him up, he says Bar, because that's how he killed Jason Todd. Like, yeah, because before I started reading it, Damon's like, yeah, he's like, to shut him up, he says Bar, and I'm like, like it made me really sad. But creepy Damien Robin, the R is like a scar on him.
Oh,
yeah, like it's like this creepy yellow scar on him, and he's like he's got the cloak and like a tattered costume, and it's fucking this massive claws. But essentially, he Jokerized all of the Teen Titans and the rest of the Suicide Squad, and is like using them to like fuel this like machine thing that's like heading towards the center of Gotham. And so that fight happens while they're trying to escape from Harley, or from Poison Ivy. And so now they're fighting while that's fighting, and things are happening, but it's Suicide Squad, so just shit's going weird. Killer Croc's like, I'll handle this. Just go. So they leave him, start running, and lo and behold, he gets stuck. It's like it kind of went this whole like weird way, and then it goes into Green Arrow, where they actually kind of like face off a little bit with the Batman Who Laughs, and you find out Mr. Terrific has been like collecting these cards from all the different villains, because apparently it's made of this nth metal, and then they all kind of get sucked up by Dr. Fate. But it's just like reading through it, like the artwork is fucking cool for like Nightwing's artwork. Awesome looking. I don't know who did that comic. I have to look through it, but it's crisp and it's really good looking. Teen Titans, really good looking. Green Arrow has a little bit of it's like a little bit of the way the Murder Machine was, but not as fully to that extent.
Oh, okay.
And then Suicide Squad just was lazy. I don't know what. Some panels looked really good. It was just your normal outlines, and like just like you could tell it was a digital like painting. And then some were like, what? Why would that be put in print? Like, that was so bad, but it got printed and people bought it. Me. And so, but yeah, no, it was cool. It was a little side story, just like, it's not at all important for Dark Knight's Metal, but it was like, they talked about it, and he looks like a badass. I have to know what the fuck happened. Dark Knight's Metal 3, that took me for a loop.
Yes.
The whole thing with Superman.
Oh, jeez. I didn't finish 3, but I remember, like, skimming through the end. I'm like, oh, okay.
No, you need to finish it, because I won't ruin for you, because that whole debacle that happens at the end of 3 was shit. Like, damn it. All right. So, but now we gotta wait like a month for 4.
Yeah, but Doomsday Clock, that comes out this month.
I gotta start reading those. I also started reading White Knight, which is really good.
Yeah, just get some of those sane pills.
Well, not some. like a full fucking bottle. I will say this, though. They're really, at least cover art wise, are going with the way Gotham is like shown the Joker. Yeah. Which is like, he was a failed stand-up comedian, and his name was Jack, and he's like this thing. And I'm like, at any point, have they ever said the Joker's name was Jack Napier?
That's Tim Burton.
That's the Tim Burton thing? Okay. Because, I mean, granted, I know it has nothing to do with the rest of, you know, the rest of the Batman story, which, by the way, Batman's a dick in White Knight. Holy shit. Like, at any point, if you ever have that Batman-Superman debate, this is where someone would be like, Batman was a dick here, because it's so fucking apparent. Like, it's not normal level of dick Batman. He, like, almost crushed a house to kill Joker.
Yeah, he's not really looking out for the rest of us.
Yeah, he's also now locked up in Arkham.
Yeah.
At least in that storyline.
A year after.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see, actually, like, how this goes, where... Is he going to cure Harley?
Yeah.
And she's just going to be a psychiatrist now? Or?
She's on the cover.
Yeah.
Also, he proposed, right?
I don't know if that happened at the end of the first... He's like... Because a lot of it was... He was trying to sue the police for, like, all of the shit that happened after the fact. And then trying to get himself free. And it's like him and his cell, like, I'm gonna be the White Knight that this city needs. And, like, that's kind of where it ended. So, I'm curious to see where actually, like, shit goes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, that's...
I mean, it's 8 issues long.
Oh, that's exciting. But are they bi-weekly?
No, they're monthly. I think so.
Fucking all these monthly comics.
Yeah.
Like Critical Role, they're starting to do comics now for like a before everybody met in their group, but it's like a before everyone met, like in the group, and like what they were doing that like brought them all together. And Matthew Colville, I don't know if you've ever watched any of his videos on YouTube. He's a big D&D nut as well as a game maker. He's doing the writing for those, which are really good. And then one of the people that submitted fan art to them is the person that's drawing the comics, and they are beautiful.
Nice.
Like they're really good comics, and but like they're good, like kind of beginning story comics. Because if you've been following the show, it's like they've become these like badass things, and to see them as like little kids essentially at this point. But those are monthly, and it pisses me off because it's like you get so used to this like weekly comic book thing, and then it's like, nope, your ass has got to wait.
Well, it's like only the not really good ones, but a few comics like the mainstays like Superman, Action Comics, Detective, Batman, Amazing Spider-Man. Those are the ones that like they want to push out as much as they can.
Or when they did the New 52, every single issue ever.
Yeah.
Which I fell into that. When New 52 started, and I'm like, oh, they're all restarted. Great, I'll get into it this way. So I bought all of Gotham. I had Birds of Prey, I had Batwoman, I had Batgirl, I had Batwing. Like,
did you have Dark Knight?
I did. I had
the one that like
fucked everything up. Yeah. Everything. First Batman or Detective Comics was like, oh, Joker left. His face is gone. Third Detective Comics, the Joker. I'm going to fight you, not pertaining to the fact that he died. Everyone's like, he died. No, that's never a thing that's mentioned. Ever. He's just like, I'll fight you. And it's like, what?
Dark Knight couldn't keep up with its own continuity.
And then the whole bunny chick, and I stopped reading after like issue 6. Yeah. I'm like, I can't do this. And then I liked Batgirl. At no point did they really go an explanation of how she got her legs back, aside from, we found a treatment in Africa. That was it. So that's all the explanation. It was like a panel.
Andrea will ask me every so often, why is Barb walking again? And I was like, because they want to sell toys. That's really it.
I mean, don't get me wrong, Oracle was the best.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I liked Batgirl, but my buddy Scott, when he was dating this girl Alyssa, we were at our Comic-Con, and I met Gail Simone. I have Batgirl issue 0. I have the script signed, but like she went into like tears meeting Gail Simone, because when she started reading Batgirl, she was like really sick and bedridden, and to have a superhero who was essentially disabled was like, this is the greatest thing ever, you know. And it's like that's why things like this happen. So not everyone's like this big superhero. It's some people are the person in the chair, essentially, the guy in the chair. You know. And it's cool, but like, and then like having her come back just miraculously after what, 15 years of her being in a wheelchair?
Probably longer, because that's 86.
Is that when The Killing Joke came out?
I think so.
Fuck. That's a lot older than I thought it was.
And then she didn't premiere as Oracle until like Suicide Squad number XYZ.
Jesus. Yeah, no, it's... Oh, comics. It's a confusing timeline. I really need to learn it more.
And that's going to be it for this episode of Comics Overhaul. And like I said before, this is actually just a clip from the Dawn of Nonsense podcast. You can check them out in the link down below. They're a pretty great group. They do a lot of D&D stuff. They do a podcast. They do some comics. They talk about comics, movies, TV shows, pretty much anything. I was on this week's podcast. You guys should definitely check them out if you'd like to. If you like and enjoy my videos, you can always leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'm Marco from Nerd Boys Comic Blog. I'll see you guys next time.